Hiya, video mine's on here, and in today's video we're going to be exploring an old abandoned MOD base. Let's get started. So this here is MOD Sculthorpe. It was abandoned in 1992, I believe. I've come here about 3 or 4 times now. It's probably one of my favourite places to go, I'd say. Especially this spot here where I'm just looking at now, which is where I recorded the intro. I like it because you get a nice decent amount of sunlight. Plus there's another spot literally right next to it I enjoy. I'm just going to quickly walk to now. This bit here is a little bit more overgrown, so it's not quite as much light, but I quite like this bit here. It's normally where I sit down, have a bit of lunch, because I normally walk around the whole of the property here. Another thing with these buildings are they're quite big, so you can actually get lost in them. So currently now I'm looking for a place where there used to be an old fireplace here, and there used to be an old TV as well that got smashed up. However, I'm actually having trouble finding where this place is. But one cool thing I did discover is this new room here, which I never knew about. Now I've been here 3 or 4 times, but I've never actually been in this room. I never even knew it existed. So that's actually one of the interesting things of exploring a place like this, where it's so big and you have so many buildings spread out, is that you can go to the same building multiple times, but you rediscover new things that you never even knew existed. You just take a new turn and you don't even know what's there. Like this place here, this is a cool little room. So another thing that I quite enjoy about MOD Sculthorpe is just how many different places there are. There's this place here, which is say one of my favourite ones, but then you also have these sort of L-shaped buildings, which are 2 to 3 stories high, which I'm just going to kind of go now and actually show you. They're a bit boring because there's long corridors with lots of rooms to each side, but it's still quite fun actually, having a little walk around, see what you can find. You never know. Last time I went in there, I found an owl. Okay, so we're now outside, so you can see what the buildings I'm talking about. You've got that one there, got one here. Also got a couple dotted along here as well, another one there. You see I've also got the favourite building here, which I like, which was just in just a second ago. Okay, so we're now just outside one of these L-shaped buildings that I'm talking to you about. And look at that, you can see them, the birds that flew out of the door. This will be interesting because I haven't walked into this building yet. I've seen it before, but I've not actually gone in here recently. The first thing first, you see people have been littering. You've got an old fridge thing here, got a tyre as well. That's the only thing I don't like, is that people do stuff like that. But this is what I'm saying, you've got these long corridors that seem to go forever and ever and ever. You have these rooms that go each side of you. However, if you look inside these rooms just here, and then you get in there, you can see there's nothing really to them. You do get a good view of the other buildings, which is a nice little fun thing. And now we're coming up to the end of the corridor, which is where it sort of opens up. As you can see, this opens up into another big room. And again, people can litter in with tyres. And I think in this one it looks like a bit of an old Dyson Hoover or something alike. This it shouldn't be here though, that's for certain. So now we're going to be going up to the second level on these L-shaped buildings. So as I was saying, this here is open to the public. You see a lot of dog walkers around, and as I say, I saw somebody here flying the drone as well. Had a little conversation with them, that was quite interesting. They were telling me all about the drone and stuff. Also, you can see got a nice little area up here, which actually seems to be relatively clean for some reason. I think someone's been doing a bit of housekeeping here. Okay, so I've just been walking around for a little bit, seeing if I can find a new place. I think I actually have found a new spot. It's this building here, which I've never even been to there. So this will be interesting. From the looks of it, I think there's a door just right in front of us, so it's pretty easy enough to get into. I don't know what to expect. It might be that bit of the fireplace that I was talking to you about. It might not. It might be something completely different. I don't actually know. Well, this is it so far. About what you expect, to be fair. This looks that similar. A lot of stuff has fallen down. You can see this sort of, I don't know what this is, some shelving racks or something along the lines. I don't actually know, to be fair. Probably got some toilets or something there. Got some graffiti as usual. And holy crap. Not only have I found one fireplace, I found two. How cool is that? You've got one there, got another one just there. That's something unexpected. Oh my god, I just realised there is like art on the wall, not graffiti, but like actual proper art like this over the cat. I think this must be some sort of school or something. There's all these like cartoon characters on the wall, which is very bizarre. Yeah, you got, I think that's Cinderella, got Snow White, you've got the mouse here as well. All sorts of bloody stuff. This is interesting. This is something new. So I've never been here before, so I don't actually know what to expect this bit here. I've never even seen this bit. I've been here 3 or 4 times and I've never even known anything about this. You see the roof has collapsed, which is understandable with it being over 35 years old. So one thing I would like to point out about exploring all these abandoned places, yes, it can be fun and it is interesting to see. However, it can be quite dangerous. So a lot of you probably have noticed this backpack that I've been wearing, and it has this little aerial sticking out here. Well, that's actually a Bofang UV5R, so I'll just quickly show you now. This here is the radio in question. It's just a Bofang UV5R. Not a lot really to it, but I'll just have it because some of these places there's no phone signal, so I use this with extra long whip. And then also another thing I use is this first aid kit. It's quite handy to have. Also, I have got first aid training, so I do know how to use all the stuff in this first aid kit. So, I've just finished exploring this building here, which is the one that I never knew about. And now this building here that I'm just currently walking to, I might just be able to make it out here. It's a 3-storey building, and it's one of the other buildings that I was telling you about. So instead of this one here being an L shape, this is actually in a long straight line. Probably about, I would say, 25 to 40 metres long. It's got 3 stories on there. The rooms are a little bit bigger than the ones in the L shape. We are just currently coming up to the entrance of it here. Now you can actually see you've got stairs on the outside of the building in both entrances down there. So this one here is a little bit hard to get to. We've got these brambles everywhere. So don't really want to get caught on these, like I've just done now. Just gonna try and make sure they don't catch you like that. So here we are. You see, this here is just a long straight corridor all the way down. You've got your staircase that goes up with 3 stories. I don't know if you can really make out what that is, but yeah. So in here, you see the doors have actually been left inside, therefore on the hinges. However, you can see how much bigger these rooms are. They also have these cabinets, which I guess is where all the military people would put all the clothes and the belongings up in the top there and in the bottom. Another super interesting part of this building is these fire extinguisher signs. They're the original ones. You can actually see where the fire extinguisher would normally be. If you carry on a bit further down, there's also a stairway in the middle on either side. You can actually go up through the building. So this here is hopefully the middle of the building. Yes, it is. So this here is the stairs that I was telling you about. We've also got another entrance here in the middle. They also got another big room just here. So I don't know what this is actually used for. There's not a lot really left in here apart from the graffiti. You've got your other hallway there. But in here there's also another interesting thing. There's this electrical room. If I can quickly get my torch. There it is. You can actually see these big distribution boards up here. You know, what's inside of them there. It's one of these little red ones. And then you can actually see the bus bars, how big they are. You can imagine the amount of power flowing through this place. And some of the conduit up there, where we used to go through. I believe this here could be the main supply. There's the cable. You can actually see the size of it compared to my foot. And I'm size 11, just to give you an idea of the size of it. So it's pretty beefy old cable there. And now walking up through these stairs, you're able to see the second floor, which is, to be fair, about the same. Long corridor either way with rooms. However, the closest room here is also a bathroom, I believe. You can see it's got all the plumbing. I believe there's toilets or something like that. Maybe there's toilets here just along. Maybe that's like some sort of shower or something. Definitely got a good view from here though. You can see overlooks the rest of the buildings. Okay, so unfortunately that's the end of today's video. But I hope you all guys liked this little adventure. It's something a bit different. As I say, it's what I get up to in free time normally. But don't forget to like, share and subscribe, all that usual stuff. But also put down in the comments what you'd like to see me doing next. If there's any other abandoned places that you know of that you'd like me to have a look around and see what I can find. But yeah, just like to thank you all for watching and have a good day.